Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Fargo by the Coen brothers, starring Frances McDormand and William H. Macy. As you already know, I'm a big fan of the Coen brothers' work, as I have seen The Big Lebowski on the channel. Do check that out, it was awesome, the dude. But I've also seen No Country for Old Men, True Grit, and Inside Llewyn Davis, which were all fantastic. I think I've seen Burn After Reading too, but I don't remember that film much, except I think one of the main characters dying. I won't spoil it. They're extremely complex storytellers with a very unique visual style, but I'm sure the visual style is from their long-term collaborator and my favorite cinematographer, Roger Deakins. I'm pretty sure he's the cinematographer here too, since it's a Coen brothers film. Anyways, I also know that McDormand and Macy are great actors, so I'm looking forward to their work here. I don't know too much about this film except it being a black comedy with a murder mystery. I also know this film is considered a classic, so I'm pretty excited to get into it. But before we do, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reactions to this movie and over 100 films, early access, and weekly polls for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along. The link's in the description below, by the way. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. Fargo, the Coen brothers, McDormand, Macy. Let's go. Okay. Knowing the Coen brothers, I'm not too sure whether it's a true story or not, but I'll keep my eye out. Steve Buscemi. Okay. Hi. I'm a fan of Buscemi's work. Peter Stormare. He's also very good. He's more popular now than he probably was back in the 90s. He's notorious for playing villains. This is a pretty long shot. Fargo. It's a city in America, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it's in North Dakota.
You're Jerry Lundegaard?
Yeah.
You got the car?
Yeah, you bet. We all set on this thing then?
Sure, Jerry, we're all set. Why wouldn't we be?
Here are the keys.
No, that's not it, Jerry. The new vehicle plus $40,000.
I thought Shep told you.
Shep didn't tell us much, Jerry.
Well, okay.
Except that you were going to be here at 7:30.
Yeah, well, that was a mix-up then.
Yeah, you already said that.
Yeah.
You want your own wife kidnapped.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, her dad, he's real well off.
So why don't you just ask him for the money?
Good point, Jerry.
They don't know I need it, see? Okay, so there's that. And even if they did, I wouldn't get it.
The story already starts making sense.
How is Fargo?
Yeah, real good.
Dad's here.
She has such a Minnesota accent.
That deal I was talking about, those 40 acres there in Wayzata?
What did you say you were going to put there?
A lot. It's a
I
limited...
know it's a lot.
I mean, a parking lot.
Ah, well, 750,000 is a lot.
Nice play on words.
This could work out real good for me and Gene and Scotty.
Gene and Scotty never have to worry.
Oh. And that established the fact that the father-in-law does not like or respect Jerry.
You called me 20 minutes ago and said you had it ready to make delivery. It says, come on down and get it. And I'm paying $19,500 for this vehicle here.
I'll talk to my boss.
He's a bit of a pushover.
You wouldn't have an extra ticket.
He didn't ask anything.
He says I can knock $100 off that True Coat.
Looks like they had their pancakes.
Yeah, he's here. Yeah, I'll catch him for you, hon.
Yeah.
It's Dad.
I love her accent.
And Grossman looked at your proposal. He says it's pretty sweet.
No kidding.
Might be interested.
I was wondering, see, I gotta get in touch with him. See, this deal I needed him for, I may not need it anymore.
Things like this go to show how he didn't think the whole plan through at all.
Hey, look at that, Twin Cities. Oh, fuck it, I don't have to talk either, man. See how you like it.
We have an audit here. I just have to know that these vehicles you're financing with this money, that they really exist.
Yeah, well, they
fraud.
exist, all right.
No, I'm sure they do.
When I first picked this up,
Right.
this is an empty egg.
That's right, Dale.
How do you get the egg? There was an egg in here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. How do you... I mean,
Why am I laughing? Because they're not being subtle at all. They're not the most competent kidnappers too. Oh no.
These numbers are right. This looks pretty sweet.
But we never talked about your fee for bringing it to us.
I don't need a finder's fee. I need...
Macy's a fantastic actor.
I assume if you're not interested, you won't mind if we move on it.
Wow, what a beautiful shot. And this shows Jerry in isolation as well. Like he's physically and psychologically alone. This is what Roger Deakins can do. And Macy, he's really elevating the movie with his performance. Honestly, you can see the frustration in his face.
I don't know what to do. It's my wife. I don't know what to do. It's Jean. Yeah, Wade, it's Jerry. It's something hard, geez. It's terrible. Yeah, Wade Gustafson, please.
All that practice and his tone is just monotonous.
Shut the fuck up, or I'll throw you back into the trunk, you know?
Ah, shit.
Oh, no.
Hey, I'll take care of this.
I love the lighting work here. And even the subtle sound design.
How can I help you, officer?
Come on!
Okay, the dude's a straight up killer.
Shut the fuck up!
What a mess.
Oh, Daddy.
Just clear him off the road.
They killed a police officer. Talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time. He's going to kill the witnesses too. Again, I have to commend the lighting work and the actual cameras used because I see no noise whatsoever. That was harder to watch actually. We're finally getting introduced to McDormand's character.
Hi, it's March.
Oh, she's pregnant.
So what's the deal now? Gary says triple homicide?
Yeah, looks pretty bad. Two of them are over here.
It's in the head and the hand there.
Oh, she was trying to defend herself.
From his footprint, he looks like a big fella.
There's different footprints here, Lou.
Don't you just love Roger Deakins' work? Every single shot can be a photograph.
So, I got the state looking for a Sierra with a tag starting DLR. They don't got no match yet.
They already have the car make and model.
I think that vehicle there probably had dealer plates.
DLR.
DLR?
No, they said no cops. They were darn clear on that, Wade.
Where's my guarantee they're gonna let her go?
Well, they...
$1 million a lot of damn money.
Yeah.
He's asking for $1 million, not 80 grand.
No cops.
Stan, I'm thinking we should offer him a $500,000. Eh?
Dude, it's your daughter, man. What a miser.
Is Scotty gonna be alright?
Yeah, geez.
I also forgot about Scotty. Poor kid. He has no idea what's going on.
How you doing there, Scotty?
What do you think they're doing with Mom?
They just want money.
I really think we should call the cops here.
No.
Oops. She's running around like a headless chicken. I shouldn't be laughing at this, but I blame the Coen brothers. Because the sounds she's making and what they're showing us are completely different.
What are those, night crawlers?
Yeah?
Oh, thanks, Tom.
Well, the little guy, he was kind of funny looking.
In what way?
I don't know, just funny looking.
Steve Buscemi way.
Can you be any more specific?
I couldn't really say. He wasn't circumcised.
Is there anything else you can tell me about him?
No. Like I say, he was funny looking. Hey, they said they were going to the Twin Cities.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, is that useful to you?
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Love this scene. They weren't being very helpful at all except that one lead.
Damn it, nothing to do. God damn it!
He's just too calm and desensitized. pretty intimidating.
Fuck!
In the spring, the larvae hatch, and the cycle begins again.
I saw you on the news there.
Yeah.
I thought, jeez, is that Margie Olmstead? I can't believe it.
How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
How's that Sierra working out for you?
Circumstances have changed, Jerry.
He doesn't know about the murders.
Let's just finish this deal up here.
Blood has been shed, Jerry. We now want the entire 80,000.
Oh, for Christ's sake, here.
He's asking for $1 million secretly.
Norm, I thought you was going ice fishing up at Mille Lacs.
Yeah, after lunch.
Ah.
Damn it, I want to be a part of this thing. It's my money, I'll deliver it.
No, see, they only deal with me.
Oh, he's stealing plates.
Yeah, I decided not to park here.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. We still got to charge you the $4.
I just fucking pulled in here.
Well, but...
Just pay the $4, man.
So do you remember getting a call Wednesday night?
Nope.
Mr. Lundegaard?
Huh? Yeah.
I was just wondering if you'd had any new vehicles stolen off the lot in the past couple of weeks.
He did give away a vehicle.
Nope. No, ma'am.
Oh man, look at the nervousness on his face.
Mike?
Oh.
Marge?
Easy there.
Oh, what can I get you?
Oh, just a Diet Coke, please. Well, what about you, Mike? Are you married?
I was married to... You mind if I sit over here?
No, why don't you sit over there? I prefer that.
He's coming on too strong. But why would he even come on to somebody who's clearly married and pregnant?
She passed away.
No.
Better times, huh?
Better times.
She looks uncomfortable.
I always liked you.
Well, I always liked you,
I
Mike.
always liked you so much. I've been so lonely.
How does this fit into into the story?
Now, let's find each other tonight.
So,
Looks like he picked up another girl.
come on.
Put me back in Stillwater, you little fucking shithead! You fucking motherfucking son of a bitch!
Okay, now you stay away from Scotty now. Got it! Okay, real good then.
Things are getting slowly out of hand.
Punk.
He has a gun.
Who the fuck are you?
Where's my daughter?
Fuck you, man! Where's Jerry?
Oh! I didn't realize he was capable of murder. That was the first serious scene of the film. Now I'm wondering whether the bag actually contains the money or not.
May I have your ticket, please?
Open the fucking gate!
There's no way Jerry's getting out of this situation. Oh, jeez, indeed.
Well, what this guy look like, anyways?
Oh, he's a little guy, kind of funny looking.
Funny looking.
In what way?
Oh, just in a general kind of way.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and he's actually discovering the money. And the fact that it's $1 million. So he's taking out 80 grand. And he's probably going to keep the rest for himself.
Seemed like it all hit him really hard. His wife dying.
No, they never married. Mike's had psychiatric problems. Linda's fine. You should call her.
That's a revelation right there. And the Coen brothers are taking their time to show her eat. Like, she had breakfast, lunch with her husband, dinner with her husband, having lunch by herself. So, I wonder what the significance of that is.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, like I told you, we haven't had any vehicles go missing.
Okay.
I'm cooperating here, and there's no,
She can see through that.
Could I talk to Mr. Gustafson?
I'm actually loving both their performances.
I'll do a damn lot count.
Sir, right now?
Yeah.
For Pete's sake, he's fleeing the interview. He's fleeing the interview.
He can't run away from the cops like that. He has a son at home.
Fuck happened to her?
She started shrieking, you know.
Is she dead?
Well, I got the money. That's 40 for you, 40 for me. I'm taking that fucking car. That fucker's mine. Are we square?
Don't go threatening a man who can kill a cop just like that. I knew that shot was significant.
There's a car! There's a car!
I still cannot believe that the wife is dead. Just like that, off screen. This is a trope that the Coen brothers are pretty famous for, just killing off characters unexpectedly, like Tarantino. But Tarantino does it on screen more than the Coen brothers, from what I've noticed. I really respect the fact that they're willing to kill off major characters just like that. Putting the body inside a wood chipper and getting caught red-handed, literally. Getting shot. Oh. Great shot composition again.
So that was Mrs. Lundegaard on the floor in there. And for what? For a little bit of money. There's more to life than a little money, you know.
I've seen that statue quite a few times.
I just don't understand it.
I think that was an important line.
Could you open the door, please?
Yeah, just a sec.
Wait! No!
They tracked him down just like that. No big chase or anything.
They announced it.
So?
3-cent stamp.
You're Mallard?
Yeah. It's just a 3-cent.
It's terrific. I'm so proud of you, Norm.
What a great couple.
2 more months.
And the film is over. That was a very anti-climactic climax. Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. First off, that was a great film. I completely understand why this is considered a classic. The Coen brothers continue to impress me not only with their writing, but with their directorial skills too. Fargo wasn't as complex of a story compared to some of their other work like The Big Lebowski or The True Grit, but what it lacked in complexity, the brothers made up tenfold in quality writing. I'd consider the strengths of the film to be its writing, directing, acting, cinematography, and score, whereas the runtime might be considered a weakness, which contributed to the fact that the two kidnappers were a little one-dimensional. Their story wasn't as fleshed out. This is nitpicking from me, by the way, because overall it was still very, very, very good. Let's start with the directing and writing by the Coen brothers. This was a tightly packed 3-act story told in about 90 minutes. In the first act, we quickly get introduced to the principal characters of the film, with the notable exception of McDormand's character, Marge, who we don't see until the second act. As the kidnapping plot gets uncovered, we get to know who Jerry actually is. He's portrayed like a man who's losing control of his life and almost living under the thumb of his wealthy father-in-law, working under him in his car dealership. Although he's a clear sleazeball because he's capable of arranging his wife's kidnapping, he's given a lot of screen time, and we got to see a lot of his incompetence and lack of cool under pressure. I loved how the Coen brothers brought out the humor using sound and camera work in the film. A lot of the scenes should have been horrifying in principle, like how Jerry's wife was running around like a headless chicken after being kidnapped. But it was funny because of how the actress was framed, if that makes any sense. The sounds made by her in that scene were completely contrasted with what was being shown to us, the audience. It created a certain uncomfortable humor, and I think that's the direction that the brothers were going for. It worked. And the story itself was pretty layered, but I didn't understand the significance of including the subplot of Marge's old friend. Don't get me wrong, it was still very, very funny in a sad kind of way, but I don't feel like it tied up with the rest of the plot. I'd like to know what you think of that. The two kidnappers. They were hilarious in their own weird way. One was funny, talkative, until he killed that father in law, and the other was the quiet, violent one. It was very contrasty. Both of them were pretty incompetent too, like they had no plans what to do after they got the money. Anyways, by the third act, things pretty much were messed up on a different level. Uh, with so many different bodies, including the wife, the father in law, and one of the kidnappers, and also the dead people from the beginning of the film, including that trooper, I realized after the credits started rolling that the entire third act was the climax, as the film ended in a very simple way with Marge and her husband talking about stamps, of all things. Speaking of the climax, the wood chipper scene with one of the kidnappers running away before getting shot in the leg, just like he shot one of the first people that got killed, one of the witnesses. That was hilarious. I also expected some sort of standoff or a shootout after Jerry ran away from the dealership, but no, he was also caught in a motel just like that. That was a more realistic approach to the situation, and I weirdly appreciate that. I had a couple of questions by the end though. Whatever happened to Shep Proudfoot? The last we saw, he was beating the crap out of Steve Buscemi's character. Or what happened to the money at the end? We saw it getting buried in the middle of nowhere. I have to assume that the snow will melt and somebody will find the money, but we don't know. I know the Coen brothers like to leave a lot to the imagination, but I wonder whether it was a little too much. Anyway, more nitpicking. I loved the writing and directing of the film. The cinematography of the film was by the great Roger Deakins. He is a legend, and his minimalistic work here was wonderful. Each shot was carefully measured and framed, starting from the placement of the actors to the beautiful landscape shots of small town America in the winter, in the middle of the snow. The contrast between the black nights and the snowy days were also top notch. The Coen brothers seem like they prefer a certain symmetry in their films, and that's exactly what Deakins delivered here. The editing of the film was excellent too, with some sharp cuts being employed to change the pace of the film. The good thing here is that the technique was not overused, in my opinion, like some other films. The rest of the movie was cut tightly too, so I don't have too much to complain or object here. The music in this film, just like the cinematography, was pretty minimal. We had a lot of diegetic sounds, but the score itself was used sparingly and smartly. I noticed that it was used mostly in the transitional scenes to keep the story flowing, and kept to a minimum in the more serious moments, which is always a great choice to build up tension. Great work in this department overall. Frances McDormand played Marge, the police officer in charge of solving the string of mysterious murders. She absolutely killed it in her role, no pun intended. Um, she played a character with a seemingly naive yet surprising demeanor. She was pregnant, and that was a very surprising choice by the Coen brothers. I didn't expect that at all. She played a character with nonchalance, and her accent was so good that I almost forgot that she was actually acting and playing a character for a second there. Also, the backdrop of her character's relationship with her husband was the foundation of the story, and I'm glad the Coen brothers didn't do anything crazy with that storyline. William H. Macy played Jerry, the person who creates this mess in the first place. He was the standout performer of the film for me. Maybe because he had more screen time. I don't know. Anyways, he played his character to perfection. The subtle changes in his facial expressions when he was being pressured, his body language, and the lack of eye contact when he was being deceptive. It was just so true to life that it looked like we were watching one of those cop interrogation shows on TV. His capture at the end was a little underwhelming, to be honest, but I'm not complaining here since I actually appreciated the realistic approach the Coen brothers took with his character. Good stuff. Steve Buscemi and Peter Stormare played the murdering kidnappers. Although I loved their characters a lot, so did I also thought their performance was brilliant. I did feel like their characters were not as fleshed out as I'd probably liked. I would have loved to see more of them because they're both of them were fascinating to watch. Both of them were hilarious in their own way, and they were written very well overall. Maybe increasing the runtime a little and showing more of their shenanigans or craziness would have helped the story a little more. I'd love to know your thoughts on this particular matter, but I'm pretty sure this was a very intentional choice by the Coen brothers. As I just mentioned the criticisms I had of the film, overall, Fargo was a great American murder mystery with a black comedy undertone, if that makes any sense. Almost all the elements were there. The detective, the small town, multiple suspects, cat and mouse chase, all wrapped up in excellent writing. The performances of the film, especially by the two leads, McDormand and Macy, were top tier. And so was the directing, cinematography, editing, and the score. The humor was well hidden under all the craziness that was unfolding on screen. And although the ending was a little anticlimactic, this was one of the films that made it really work well. It was an excellent film, and I had a great time, and I have no hesitation in recommending this film to absolutely everyone. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.